Good morning, guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be working on a 2014 Toyota Sienna XLE. Okay, and what I'm doing today is I'm going to be changing the brake pads. Now I'm going to show you a few things that I think you should do to keep yourself safe. Basically, we don't want anything happening to you while you do this. So as you can see, I have my jack, and I put that thing, whatever it's called, used to be safe in case the jack was to fail. That thing will catch it. Here I set my tire over here as well. That way, if anything was to happen, it'll hit that tire before it hits the ground in case I'm working on it, and I wouldn't be trapped under the car. All right, so things you'll need is a C-clamp, 14mm socket with a ratchet. The hammer is used in case if the bolt is too tight. A flathead screwdriver. Obviously, you need your new pads, brake lubricant for the pads. And before you do anything over there, you want to remove your cap from your brake container, tank, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and I'll give you the reason for that as we go. Okay, so first thing you want to do is the way this one is set up. You'll want to remove the bolt in the bottom, which I already have it loose, and this is 14mm. So we'll go ahead and take that out, and then you should be able to move this up. There we go. See that? Okay, now you're gonna have to hold that up somehow when you get to removing your brake pads. Okay, but basically, let me see if I can get in a good position here. I'm gonna hold them. All right, I guess I gotta figure out a way to hold them, but that's okay. So anyways, what I want to show you here is all you have to do to remove the old ones is get your flathead screwdriver. Let me see if I can get a good place to hold this, or a good way to hold it, since I'm out here by myself. And you want to just move that out. Okay, nice and easy. You don't want to break anything. All right, and you can get them out of there by hand once you got them loose. So you'll do that on both sides. Okay, there's one in the back, obviously. So, and you can let this down for now. And what you want to do though, on your new pad, say you can compare. If you're not sure, this is the one we remove. So set it side by side. This is the one that's used the same. I guess if you turn it, that would be the same as well, but okay. So you want to put a small amount of lubricant in here. Not much. Let me tell you why. This is used to keep it from making any kind of sound. But basically, you don't want to put too much because you don't want it to get all over the place. You don't want lubricant going all over the place. It's just a small amount to keep it from making any kind of noise, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and set the phone down for a minute, and I'm gonna show you how, here in a second, how this goes in. Ya nomás le vas a aplastar right, you got it? All right, guys, so I got my son over here to help me do this video, so he's gonna hold the cell phone for me. So I went ahead and got a hammer and leaned it against this so it'll hold it in place. Now the way you want to put your brake pad in is like this, at an angle, so that you can push this little spring here in like that, and then turn it, line it up at the top right here, and push it in, and there you go. That's it. Now we'll have to do the same for the other side. On the back side, that's gonna hard to get a video of, but just the same thing we did here is the same thing we're doing in the back. Okay, so I'm gonna put my cell phone down, I'm gonna do the back, and then when I come back, I'm gonna show you the next step. Okay guys, so I got both pads in, as you can see. All right, so next thing that we need to do is push that back. Okay, the reason why is because as your brake pads wear down, this thing slowly releases out so that it helps you still brake like you're supposed to. Well, it's way out, so if you try to push it back in, it's not gonna go in. So we gotta drive that back. The way you do it, hold it. Okay, so get your old brake pad and you can set it like right there, okay? And you'll want to use the C-clamp. That's what the C-clamp was for. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and open this up enough to get in there. All right, and using your old pad, we're gonna push that back. Now the reason to use your old pad is because you don't want to mess up anything in there, and just turn it easy, and it should be really easy to go back, and you'll want to push it all the way in. All right, that way you don't have any trouble. See, there we go. When it gets hard to turn, that's when you stop. Okay, we're gonna take that out. See, now that's flush. Okay, all right, that's where you want it. Now we should be able to pull this back. Now before I go any farther, let me show you. All right, so by pushing that in, we should have gotten some brake fluid back into the container. You see that? It was right below max. I wish I would have showed you that earlier. So some of that brake fluid came back up. So that's the reason for removing the cap. You don't want any pressure against you. You want to be able to turn that really easy, okay? All right, now let's put this back in place, okay? We're gonna just hold it right there, and let's see. Now there we go. Now let me point something out. Okay, every single time when you bring this down, it's gonna bump into that. All you have to do is push this in right here, and then it's gonna go right in, okay? And sometimes it's a little hard to push in. There we go. See? Now you can get your bolt. Start turning that by hand, and then we'll come back and tighten it. Okay? Don't forget to tighten that. Now, before anything else, you need to get in your car and you need to hit your brakes a few times, okay? If you press down on it right now, it just sinks. Like there's no pressure against it, okay? So you need to basically prime it. Do it a few times until your brake is hard to press. That's when that thing that we push back in, I just like to call it the drum. I don't know if that's the correct term, but anyway, so that little drum that we push back in, as we're hitting the brakes, it's pushing back out, and now it's going against the brake pad. So now, see, now that's hard. Now we're good to go. Now we can go ahead and tighten our bolt, put our tire back in place, and we should be good. And look, when you press that back, you see, now we lost again some brake fluid because he went back where he was supposed to be. So you're done here. So you can put that back nice and neat, and we should be good to go. All right, so I'm just gonna tighten that bolt now, put the tire back in place, and we're done. So anyways, let me know if this helped you. Now I'm tightening this back up. There it is. It's done. Hopefully this helps you. This guides you to getting this done. Now this is a 2014 Toyota Sienna. However, this process is about the same for any car that has the brake caliper, the brace, just like that, okay? If it's like this, it's the same process. You remove one bolt, you push it up, just hold it in place, remove your old pads, put the new ones in, use a little bit of lubricant on both sides, tighten it back down, you're good, okay? Don't ever forget to please prime your brakes. When you get done getting your car, before you crank it and go anywhere, prime the brakes. Make sure that it's hard to press when you're done, okay? Please don't forget that. And we're good. So if you like the video, if it helps you in any way, please subscribe to the channel if you like, or share the video just so some other people can learn and go through this. Like I said, the whole point of this is to save some money They'll probably charge you about an hour's worth of work at a shop, which they're running about $100-$120, you know. So save you some money, get it done, and learn something new. All right, thank you for watching.